20 international and local certifications in training. He's one of those few. Very few, very few, very few. One of honor award recipient when he was doing his PGDM from SPGMR.
Elvis, somebody's YouTube is basically playing back.
Yeah, somewhere it is playing back, Elvis. Whatever Salam is saying.
Very few, very few, very few. One of honor award recipient when he.
Okay, now is it okay?
Yeah, fine. So if someone were to ask how many people he would have trained, wow, the list is enormous. Over 25,000 participants have been trained by him on soft skills. He has conducted over 700 plus of soft skills sessions, over 60 plus train the trainer programs, and which had more than 1,800 participants. What is unique about Shankar sir is basically he is a learner for life. So he keeps on learning over and over again. He keeps his sword sharp as, I would say, what should I say, the silver lining, what you see in the sky. He keeps it so sharp that anywhere you see, it's always there. And he is a bundle of wealth of knowledge that he keeps sharing with everyone.
नमस्ते शार्क्स।
नमस्ते।
कितना डाइवर्स है इंडिया। आज हमारे देश के हर प्रांत, हर शहर, हर गली।
So Shankar sir, हर शहर में आपका नाम चल रहा है. As somebody was playing it back. so your name is so well known.
Shark.
So I will not take more time, and I will leave this stage over to you. So folks, please put your hands together and welcome the author of the wonderful book, Step Up Advantage. Shankar sir.
Thank you, and God bless. And thank you, Elvis. Thank you, Salam. Thank you, Divya, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to interact with what today there are about 47 people, other than 46 people, I would say. Great. So before we begin, like what has already happened should not happen again. Let us all spend a few seconds in a silent prayer. Very much. That is necessary, the invocation of the divine. Ganpati chal raha hai, to Ganpati Bappa Moria. जोर से बोलिए. Come on, unmute and say Ganpati Bappa
Moria.
Let's pray to Ganpati that no more adchan. Am I allowed to share screen?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. I do hope that you're able to see my screen. All of you. Please say yes, no, thank you, whatever.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Brilliant. Have you put me on the speaker mode?
Yes, just.
Am I on the speaker mode?
Yeah, just let me.
You can spotlight on me. That should be good enough. All right. So as Elvis does that, once again, good evening. And this session is going to be one of the most simplest sessions of your life. And if I'm disappointing you, I'm sorry for that. If you're expecting something extraordinary, then you'll get disappointed. It's going to be a very simple, but it'll go beyond extraordinary for you. That much I can guarantee you. So stay with it. And I want to ask, or rather not ask, say this quote by one of the most famous gentlemen of the world, which goes like, a brain that opens to a new idea does not revert to its original size. Any idea who said this? Brain that opens to a new idea does not revert to its original size. Any idea? I already gave a hint before I started. One of the most famous, whose brain is still preserved.
I can say, sir.
Sir M. Vishweswaraya. Sir M. Vishweswaraya.
Not me, but it is
Einstein?
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein.
Brilliant.
Einstein.
Albert.
Einstein.
There's also a saying that a learning that does not produce a change is like a parachute that doesn't open in case of need. Any idea who said this?
Shankar sir.
Shankar sir. Yes, I'm only repeating it, but it is an anonymous quote. It's a brilliant quote. I love these two quotes because today your brain is going to open to some simple ideas. And if you do not go back and implement it, it will be like that parachute. बहुत कुछ सीखा लेकिन कुछ किया नहीं आगे जा. So the question to ask is, how many of you want to grow more and want to earn big in life? Yes, you want to do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Yes.
Yes.
Everybody
Yes.
wants to do that. And
Yes.
you all know that growth requires effort. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. And a learning without application is absolutely pointless, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So with those three yes questions, let's start this program and let's move ahead and let's see what am I going to cover. In this session today, this is what you're going to learn or take away. What is success? We'll be discussing a little bit about that. Some of the key attributes for success. We all have barriers. Let's look at those barriers, how to overcome those barriers. What are some of the key attributes of a successful trainer, and a couple of impactful techniques to improve yourself as a trainer. This is broadly what we're going to cover in the next, I guess, 1 hour. We started a little bit late, so apologies for that. And I guess we can go on a little more, right, Elvis and Salah?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, no?
Yes,
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 yes, yes.
absolutely.
We started a little bit late because of me. Apologies, but I'll try to keep it within the 1 hour, but I don't want to restrict the learning, because when you give something, I think wo dil se dena acha hota hai. You shouldn't restrict. So this is what we'll go through. The key takeaways would be that you should be able to relate what is success. I know all of you know what is success, but let's look at it in a slightly different way today. You should be able to list those attributes required for success, associate with the barriers and how to overcome them, recognize those 5 attributes, and apply those couple of impactful techniques to improve yourself as a trainer. How many of you are excited to learn this? Say me in the chat box. If you're excited to learn all of this in the next 1 hour. If it is too much to cover, don't say me. So me, both of me. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Awesome. All right, let's move ahead. The first poll.
What is the biggest challenge as a trainer?
What is the biggest challenge you're facing as a trainer? Is it lack of confidence? Is it engaging with the audience? Is it handling difficult questions? Is it mastering content delivery? Is it anything else? You can type in the chat box. If it is either one of these or content engaging. Brilliant. Chitra says content engaging. 4th one, mastering. Sujit says Anand. TL EdTech 3 is saying 5. So you need to type, becoming a subject matter expert. Brilliant. Brilliant. Anything else? Please keep typing. Corporate assignments. Wow. Asif हमेशा corporate assignment ही चाहिए उसको, marketing चाहिए उसको. Brilliant. 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 All right. So it's a mixed bag, but most of the people are saying mastering content delivery. Good. Let's keep it at that and let's move ahead. And I need 2 promises from you throughout this session. And I can't see most of you on screen because I'm on spotlight right now, which is fine. One is that you will keep smiling. Very, very important. A smile doesn't cost anything, but it enhances its value to the others. And second is that you'll be curious. Be smiling and be curious. If you are like this as a trainer, if you are like this as a trainer, today we are all learners here, but if you are like this as a trainer, would it also help you in every single session? Yes? You can type yes in the chat box. How many of you are like this throughout the session? How many of you are like this, smiling and curious and very much? Yes, Satyan is saying yes, 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 yes. Brilliant, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Excellent. Let's move ahead. What is success? Now, you can type in the chat box or you can unmute and say, a few of you can unmute and say, but let's keep it crisp. What is success according to you? If you want, you can type in the chat box one word for success. Success according. Being contented, okay. Achieve your aspirations. Anjana, we know the saying, brilliant, okay. Walking in the rain.
Journey. Assigning goals.
Achieving goals, assigning goals, eager to grow in success, feel good, super. It's journey, not destination.
Journey.
Yeah, super. Success is a journey. Doing what you love, still being financially independent, happiness, Maslow's, Anita is saying, super. Anila, sorry. Oh, great. Job satisfaction, growth, growth, growth. All right, excellent. So success, you do understand, is different for different people, isn't it? It's not the same. What is success for me may not be success for you. Peace, anything, any achievements are success. Brilliant. So a simplistic definition, and this is after a lot of research, this definition has come. Success is not about doing everything right. It's focusing on a few core principles and doing them well. What a beautiful definition. So success ऐसा लगता है कि I need to achieve 100 crores, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. This is a mindset of many people that I want to achieve so much, which is fine. But you will achieve so much if you concentrate on 2 or 3 principles that will help you to achieve so much. You ask any big guy in this world, and they will say this, that we do only the 2 or 3 right things that are required. I'm forgetting the name of one of the biggest heart surgeons of the world. He was asked this question: how is it that you do 10 heart surgeries a day? It is so difficult to do one. He says, I just do the 1 or 2 simple things that are required in that. Everything else is managed by my other people. So just like that, a few core principles, if you learn and if you do them well, you will achieve success. But there are certain attributes to success. And let's look at that. What are the attributes, or what are the qualities of a successful person? Let's not say trainer. In order to be successful, what attributes do you need? You can type in the chat box or you can unmute and say. What are the attributes of a successful person or a successful trainer? Let's take a successful trainer, for example. What is it that they do? Focus, discipline, brilliant. Mindset, never give up attitude, perseverance, focus, believe in yourself. Just give me a moment. I'm going to write these down, otherwise I'll forget. So we said focus, perseverance, passion, positive thinking. Super. Lucy is saying learning, mindset. Okay, let me ask you a simple question. Quench to learn, agile. Got it, got it. If you are not focused, can you learn from somebody how to be focused? Amongst all these attributes, you can't learn. Nepal Singh is saying you can't learn how to be focused. Then why are there focus trainers in this world? Why are there focus coaches in this world? Ask yourself. Okay? Focus. If you're not persevering, can you go to somebody who is persevering and learn from that person? How do I become more persevering? If you're not disciplined, can you go to somebody and learn from that person? How do I become more disciplined? If you don't have the right mindset, can you go to a mindset coach or a trainer and learn what is that right mindset? If you're not agile, can you go to somebody and learn what is agility, or how do I become agile? And that's why I started by saying that an idea that opens to your mind to a bigger idea, you're not going to go back to the same size. And a learning that you don't apply is like a parachute that doesn't open in case of need. Absolutely, Satyavani. Learn, relearn. Desire must be there. Absolutely. So anything and everything of what you have said can be learned. Sumita is saying, I believe these things we need to inculcate. Before inculcating, you learn. So if you have attended my TTT, and I say this, I make a liar out of anybody who comes to me. क्या बोल रहा है यार? किसी को झूठा बनाता है ये? बिल्कुल नहीं. Liar is an acronym. Learn, internalize, आत्मसात करना उसको जरूरी है. Apply, and then you reteach it to somebody else. Because when you have to reteach it to somebody else, you have to learn, you have to internalize, and you have to apply. And that's the only way you will inculcate in yourself these things. Is it making sense? Attributes of success. And how many attributes do you have? We have all of this, or we can acquire all of this. But as a few people said, learning is the mother of all attributes. How many of you believe and agree that this is true? Learning is the mother of all attributes. Because in the real world, in the world at which we are, 85% of the knowledge is tacit. It can't be taught. It has to be learned. And if you don't learn it, nobody is going to come and teach you. You go and ask a Virat Kohli or a Roger Federer or a Messi or any sports person, anyone who has trained themselves. How is it that the ball hits the middle of your bat every single time? He said, I don't know. Come and watch. Come and watch me. So learning is the mother of all attributes. And you can learn from anything or anyone. How many of you believe this is true? You can learn from anything or anyone. Type yes if this is, I agree. And do you want a proof of this? Let's, Divya, will you help me create a quick breakout rooms? Divya? Anybody who can create quick breakout rooms for me?
I'll do it.
Small 5 minutes activity. So there are, yeah, sure. So there are about 57 people here. Okay. Let's put 8 rooms. 8 8s are, yeah, or 7 rooms. 7 8s are 56. 7. What I want you to do now, before you get into the room, what I want you to do is, as a group, think of something very, anything. It could be a river, it could be a mountain. I'm just giving you examples. It could be a pencil box. It could be, it could be a light. It could be a bottle. It could be anything at all. Think about anything quickly and write 3 qualities of that particular thing that you're thinking. And once you've written those 3 qualities, related to how you can imbibe those 3 qualities as a trainer. Is the briefing clear? Think about an object.
ये काम नहीं आ रहा है
We have to just think. We don't have to bring, right, sir?
Sorry?
We just have to think. We don't have to bring the item.
You don't have to bring the item. You think about it as a group. Like, for example, this is a mobile in my hand. So that's an object I've thought about, or you have thought about in the group. That mobile is an object. Now think about what are the 3 attributes this mobile has got. What are the 3 qualities this mobile has got? Okay. Convert those qualities into what you can learn from it as a trainer.
Okay.
How can you take that and use that as a quality in you as a trainer? This is the activity. Time this, whoever is going to open the breakout room, it can be just for about 4 minutes. It need not be more than that, because we are talking about just 3 qualities. Keep it restricted so that we can cover more stuff.
Okay,
7 breakout rooms.
Ready, guys? I am just opening the rooms here. Guys, those who have not joined the rooms, please join in. We have 12 participants who have yet not joined the room.
Elvis, I'm sorry, I'm out. I can't join. I'm very
Okay,
sorry.
okay. No worries, no worries.
Thank you. This is Janvi.
Okay, okay, Jan. Divya, you haven't joined?
Who sent?
I'm sorry. Salam, were you in the breakout room?
Yeah, I was there in this. I was in
We were
room
the
5.
first to come in.
Okay, okay.
No,
Myself,
not
Rakesh
exactly. There
Shobhan.
are others also.
Great. Yes, we are all
Welcome,
back
welcome,
now.
welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, everybody. Still, people are pouring in. 54 people are in. So, very quickly from each room, okay, one person can very, very quickly say what is the object, what is the 3 points you got as the quality, and how does it relate to the trainer? Very quickly. Maybe we'll take only 4 or 5 rooms for want of time, nothing else. I mean, I love this activity, and you will realize what you're learning. Anybody can start.
Dr. G, room number 1.
Okay, go ahead.
We have took the object as water,
Brilliant.
and water is agile, transparent, and having the change managing system, and very transformation is there. It sometimes evaporates, and no one cannot live without water. That is the
Yes.
USP of water. Thank you very
USP
much.
of water. So is that a USP of trainer as well? They need trainers to transform them. They can't live without trainers. We are all born in this world as teachers and trainers to transform this world. That's what water is teaching us.
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, room number 2. Quickly.
Yeah, we had spoken about river, more or less like what was mentioned by breakout room 1. Now we spoke about river being flexible, and it has the ability to embrace things around and perseverance. So I can say that these are the qualities which even a trainer is supposed to or expected to have. Well, I don't want to elaborate much, giving a chance to others to speak, but this is
Thank you,
the
Preeti.
summary.
Thank you. Thank you for summarizing that. And I think it's proving the point we just learned, that learning is the mother of all attributes, and you can learn from anything or anyone. And if you start doing, I was in room number 6, I was just telling Rakesh and others that if you just do this one activity every single day, pick up 5 things in a day and start thinking about what are its qualities and how I can imbibe them as a trainer, or what can I use it in my training sessions. Will that help? Think.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, room number 3, go.
So had this remote control, TV remote control. So one thing is the attitude of keep learning. So
Right.
that's one. The other one is staying focused and controlling things. Like you have to be in control, you have to control, and so that's and stay focused. And
Right.
the third one was explore as much as you can. So
You can change, challenge, and explore. You can also change various courses and start exploring, isn't it? Think about it. Brilliant. Thank you, Sumita. Yes, room number 4. Go ahead, quickly.
This is John here from room number 4. We have taken
John.
pencil.
Yes.
And pencil, sharpening one own skills, more sharpening, better output,
Yes.
flexible in the hands of the writer, that is as a trainer. One should understand the need of the audience, and in different ways, different environment it can be used. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yes, room number 5. Thank you.
Hi, this is Zeenat. Hi, Shankar. How are you?
Hi.
And hi, Robin. Good to see you here. Okay, so we chose a lamp, and first thing about lamp is energy.
Yes.
A trainer needs to be energetic. The second one I would say is the creativity, because it comes with different kind of colors and shapes and everything. So that's one thing. They have to be very, very creative. And the third one is the light. The light, that means the enlightenment that they give. The trainer needs to engage people as well as impart a lot of knowledge is what we have chosen.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yes, room number 6.
Okay, hi,
Pooja.
this is Pooja. Yes, and we have chosen a tree, as it is always giving and absorbing knowledge. Networking is its good quality that as a trainer we can very well use in our day-to-day lives.
The
And it is
branches.
always, it is always growing, it is always learning. And it is adding value to people in all sense, like if we can give fruits by leaves, by wood, by branches, everything. So a trainer can always be giving.
Yes, that is what IAAM is doing for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think about it. Brilliant. Okay, room number 7 or 6 or whichever room. Next room, quickly. Anyone else left? Okay,
yes,
so any aha moments from this activity or this learning that you did just now? Sorry? Hello, somebody said something? What is your one key learning from this activity that you did quickly?
Learning everywhere, you just find and fetch it.
Absolutely. हम हमेशा Google करते रहते हैं. सब कुछ अपने अंदर है.
We need to observe.
All the resources to create excellence. Yes, Raki.
We need to observe.
You need to observe.
Observation skills, yeah.
Brilliant.
So then
Yes.
definitely everything is a learning.
Yes. Sumita, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like other people were talking, like somebody spoke about fan or uski quality. So yeah, that open mind that we can explore around ourselves only. We don't need to actually, the thing that you said, the Google thing.
Yes.
Everything is
Brilliant.
inside us actually.
So we are just starting. अभी तो शुरुआत हुई है. अभी तो बहुत ऐसे aha moments मिलने वाले हैं आपको. Shall we move ahead and cover the rest of the stuff? So if I am on spotlight, we're going to move ahead. If I'm not on spotlight, we're still going to.
You are.
The learning has three attributes. One is that it's a gift. How many of you believe learning is a gift? Yes, we all have that, right? Everybody has this gift to learn. It's known as the capacity to learn. Everybody has it. That God has bestowed it on us. Second is that it's a skill. That means everybody has the capability to learn. And the third thing is that it is a choice that very few exercise, unfortunately. If you hold a webinar and all of you do this and you're sure that you're going to relate with this. If you hold a webinar and 200 people attend it, and at the end of it, you're going to sell something, which I'm not in this case, how many people do you think will register for it? Will exercise that choice? Everybody has the capacity who's coming and attending your session. Everybody has the capability. But how many of them actually exercise that choice? Think about it. Maybe 1%, 2% out of that 200 people. 4, 5, 10 people, maximum 20 people will register. We are like that as trainers. We have the capacity, we have the capability, but we don't exercise that choice. And that is why I wanted you to exercise this choice and believe that learning is the mother of all attributes and that you can learn from anything and anyone. And that suddenly opens your brain up to 7.8 or 8 billion people in the world. And you know how many more things in the world. So, second aha moment. Now, who do you think will survive? You're going to see two things. Who do you think will survive if these two had a fight? Is it a simple question or a very tough question?
Cockroach.
Cockroach. Somebody says cockroach.
Cockroach.
We never saw a dinosaur, so we can only say about a cockroach.
Yeah. Now, the truth is, you're right in saying that. The truth is, cockroach actually survived. 2.5 million years ago, there used to be this species called Dinosaurus or dinosaur. And then there was a big bang on the earth and everything got disrupted and this species could not take it and they got vanished from this earth. 3.2 million years ago, there was this species called cockroach. And after 3.2 million years ago, I think it is still the smallest thing that scares the shit out of you in your bathroom or wherever you see it for most of us. Yes or no? Who survived? Why did it survive? How did it survive? It's survival or is it adaptability? It adapted itself. Whatever happened, it adapted itself and even today it is adapting. And therefore it is surviving. So as trainers, what lessons we can take from this? There's another example that I give you. How many of you have seen this or used this? Some of you would have, at least I have in my life. What memories do you get when you see this?
So Kodak film rule.
Kodak film roll. It could be Sakura, it could be Konica, it could be any other, but predominantly we think about Kodak for film rolls, isn't it? And we used to put that in that camera and roll it and one film will go maybe in the beginning. So we'll get our 34, 35, 36 and if luck is there, we'll get our 37 pictures. in a camera roll. Kodak, you rightly said that. These people in 1888, they started this organization. And they were pioneers in many things. They were market leaders in many, many, many things. 1975, in fact, 3 of their employees actually discovered the digital part of the later on inventions that happened. But Kodak was adamant. Kodak said, no, we are okay. We are market dominating position with what we are doing. We will not adapt. And they became very rigid. And years later, those 3 people actually left, formed a company called Polaroid, and they started doing it. Instant photograph. And then Kodak tried to file a case against them, but these people had already filed patents and they had registered. And when Kodak implemented it, actually they went into a trouble and they went into bankruptcy, and Kodak eventually had to shut down. And today they are mere retailers. They didn't adapt. They were very, very rigid. As against, you see that computer, but there is Steve Jobs. His mother, it is believed, put all her savings that she had and sent him to the best university. And he was hating college. And he dropped out. Dropped out, but something else really attracted him. And that was calligraphy. And he went and learned there. And years later, when he joined Apple, it's that same knowledge, it's that same learning that came to use. And Macintosh computers were the first people to introduce different styles of fonts in their computer. Isn't it? Learning is the mother of all attributes. I'm telling you, you can learn from anything and anyone. Had Steve Jobs not dropped out of the college, we would never have got the Apple computer. And as happens, Windows just copies, Microsoft just copies what Apple does in most of the cases, and they also copied. And they also introduced the fonts. Now, what do we learn from this as trainers? Let's look at a little more stuff. What is that dash that makes your life easy? What is that dash that makes your life easy? You can type in the chat box your answers, whatever is that. Fill in the blank. What is that dash that makes your life easy?
What is that transformation?
You type it, or yeah, fair enough. You've said it. Others can type or unmute and quickly say, a few people, what is that dash that makes your life easy?
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Okay. Some people are typing. I think I'm not able to see.
Actor.
Adaptability, fluidity, device. Brilliant. Feeling of acceptance. Okay. Comfort. Okay, great.
Character.
Upskilling. Huh? Sorry, sir.
What is that character that makes your life easy?
What is a character? Okay. Transition. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Let's look at it. What is that dash? I think you'll agree to what I'm saying here. It is tools. Isn't it? Today, we want to save on time a lot, because you'll notice a little later that there are so many things that are coming our way in the world. And if we don't have the right tools to use them properly and adapt them properly, then we are stuck. I'll give you some simple, heartwarming examples how tools came into our life. This is what we started with. And this was replaced by what? Anybody can say? Today we are using electric lamp or even LEDs or whatever. Simple examples. Again, that's why I said you will find that this is too simple a session, but it is going to touch you deep within your heart. Washing clothes used to be like this. Our mothers used to wash our clothes like this. It got replaced by washing machines. Tools. Again, it's a tool. Kabutar was replaced by what?
Post box.
No, today, think
Email.
about today.
Email.
Today, you can do a
Emails.
broadcast to
Email.
1,000 people in one go. How?
Email.
Email or WhatsApp or whatever. Imagine sending 1,000 kabutars, उसके टांग पे वो लेटर बांध के आप पोस्ट कैसे भेजोगे? Imagine. Think about it. But in those days, it used to be like that. That was replaced by WhatsApp, email, whatever you're saying. Books got replaced by Kindle, isn't it?
Kindle apps.
Yeah. So everything is getting replaced by a better tool to make our life easy. And today, one more tool is taking us by storm. Has already taken us, and it is going to take the world by tremendous storm. In the next 5 years, the world will grow more by what it did in the last 100 years. AI, absolutely. AI, artificial intelligence, isn't it? So, what is it that we learn as a trainer? Either you adapt or you perish as a trainer. Is it making sense? So far, so good. Any questions, any clarifications needed so far? Making sense? Or is it too simple? Am I keeping? Okay, you're getting some aha moments. That's what I want. Now, 10 reasons why trainers fail to adapt and therefore don't make it big. Look at these. And as I'm showing you, you can make a tick mark if it is you, or you can cross it off. That's fine. The biggest thing, what do you think is the first and the foremost thing that holds trainers back? What do you think is the biggest hurdle? That attitude. Okay, I know it all. Attitude, brilliant. What else?
Depends
Change.
on what is their goal. Accordingly, that challenge will be there, na sir?
Absolutely. But one of the biggest challenge is, oh my God, what if I don't succeed? As if you said right. But ये fear सबके अंदर है. क्या होगा? नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? ये होगा तो कैसे होगा? नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? What do I do? The first, I'm only giving 10. There are more than 10. There are 30, 40 are there. But I'm giving you 10 today. Second is, there's no accountability. And that's why I asked 3 questions and you said yes, yes, yes to all of that. How many of you want to grow? Yes, I want to grow. How many of you think that growth requires effort? Yes, it requires effort. How many of you think that learning and not implementing is needless, pointless? All of you said yes. But we don't have accountability partners. Who are we accountable for? We are learning, but what are we doing with it? I don't know. Ask yourself. Don't have to answer me. Ask yourself and keep reflecting. The third is unable to implement, isn't it? People are hopping after webinar after webinar after webinar and training program and everything. But when it comes to implementation, what happens? And that's why, Zenith will agree, all the others will agree that in a TNA research which was done, it said that only 5% of the people in the world actually apply what they learn. We spend so much, but then what do we do with it? Think about it. The next one is unable to structure their programs. So even I was facing this. I am working on this. I'm not yet there, but I will be there very soon because I've also enrolled for a new program and I'm learning a lot of things. So there's no structure. We all get stuck with one structure or one level. If somebody comes to us, we offer them a program. We probably give off everything in that program. Iske aage kya? I have no idea. That's one structure. The other structure that I'm talking about is I want to do something, but how do I structure it and offer it in a manner that it is simple enough for people to understand? You see, I'm not saying these are great structures or anything like that. You will see minimalistic word in this particular presentation. There are presentations where I put words, but again, where it is required. Fifth, you're going to hear some big background noise. I think Gauri Visarjan is starting here. There's huge information overload. Do you agree? All of you? A huge information overload. And we are like going bonkers with AI now. Sixth, taking multiple courses. We already discussed this. I want to do this also, that also, that also, that also. But then what? What will you do with all these courses? How much are you going to implement out of it? Don't have a step-by-step plan for implementation. And me and Asif have been discussing this for a long, long time. We keep on discussing, but we are still not able to put a step-by-step plan. Am I right, Asif?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, हम लोग सब इसी में अटके हुए हैं अभी तक. And a lot of us have this challenge, technological challenges, that I can't operate machinery, I can't operate whatever, Zoom properly, I can't operate this, I can't operate that. But then what do? I want to be the best trainer in the world. And then comparing ourselves with others. अरे वो कर रहा है क्योंकि उसने इतना सीख के अप्लाई किया. Don't compare yourselves with anybody. You are unique. Everybody else is taken in this world. So show the world your uniqueness and you will grow as a trainer. And last one is that limiting self-belief that, oh, can I? What if I can't? And then, of course, there is the sneops in the world, you know, the susceptible to negative influence of others. So a lot of people putting those negativities in your mind saying that, hey, image consulting. Yeah, image consulting से क्या होने वाला है? 5 लाख रुपया लेके जाके डाल दिया उसके अंदर, कपड़े बदलने को सिखाओगे आप लोगों को, क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Because we Indians believe that if we reach a stage of good, that's it, we have arrived in life. There's nothing more to achieve beyond that. This is our problem. Most of us are in this, including me. I'm not excluding myself. So, a poll, again, you can type, you can reflect, you don't have to type, you don't have to say anything. How many of these do you currently have? It could be none, it could be one, it could be 2, 3, more than 3. Anything other than what we have discussed could also be there. You can type in the chat box if you wish to. Otherwise, at least reflect. See, 8 of them, somebody is saying. 5, Pooja is saying. Good. Be honest with yourself. 10 out of 10, somebody is saying. More than 6, 5, more than 3. Yeah. Look at that. So, 2. Excellent. No problem at all. Whatever it is. It's not that we want to only say we are having 10 or 8. It's up to you. You're the best judge of who you are. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. 3. All. Super. Super. Let's move. Okay. Yeah? Hello? Mute everybody, please. Thank you. Okay, so what is it that you want to improve most as a trainer? Is it audience interaction? Is it storytelling? Is it simplifying content? Is it confidence in delivery? Or all of the above? This is another poll. You can type.
Shankar, can I add or can I put in something
yes,
over here?
Please, please. Who's this?
Okay, this is Victor Francis.
Yes, Victor. Bolo, bolo.
I'm extremely sorry. Elvis may agree with me that I'm not at all a regular person attending these sessions because of my other commitments. But amazing points you have shared, Shankar. But then one point which I would like to share over here. Again, it's not that everyone has to agree.
Yeah.
But this is very, very important point which I want to share with all the trainers. Now, Shankar has shared with us around 10 points. I will just write it down, read it down. Fear of failure, lack of accountability, unable to actually implement, structure the program, information overload, taking multiple courses. So many of our trainers may think, if I'm not good with the technology, I'm taking a lot of courses. So there is a contradiction. However, I want to add one more point over here. We all know the gestation period, right?
Right, Victor.
We all know what exactly is the time required for us to understand if I start a business, how long should it take to get my return on investment, ROI. And in every business which we do, we should define an ROI or a gestation period that will give us an indication whether we are doing that business correctly or we should actually do that business or not. Because it's not necessary that you do only one business. There are many options. And now I end my point over here. All of y'all, please don't take me otherwise.
No. Perfect point. Very well made. Very well
please
said.
try to understand. We all may not have that tangibility or that kind of dimension to be a trainer. We may think that, awesome, I want to be a trainer, but then try to understand, put in a timeline, try to check if you are developing as a trainer. If you are developing and you are learning and you are able to make yourself adaptable, then that is your domain. That could be a good profession. If it's not working, please try to understand there are many other professions where you can do and excel good.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor.
And
Thank you for bringing out that point. Excellent point.
being
Okay.
a trainer, I am doing many things along with being a trainer, and helps me. It complements my training activities.
Absolutely.
Right. And Shankar, I have to leave now. That's the reason I
No
wanted.
problem. No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the inputs. Lovely.
Thank you, Elvis, once again for bringing up all these things.
Okay, so one more poll before we move ahead. So again, what is it that is stopping you, or what is it that you want to improve upon? Keep reflecting. You may share quickly, or if you want, I can move ahead. All of these could be there, any of these could be there. So which is fine. And we cannot cover all of this in a 1 hour session. We'll cover part of it today. Right. So we looked at the barriers, but we need to also have solutions for overcoming those barriers. Yes or no? So I'll give you a couple of solutions for overcoming those barriers. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. What if I told you that the only thing that is holding you back is the belief that you need to be someone else? That's the only thing that is holding you back, nothing else. It's the fear and it's the comparison with other people. Understand that everybody's journey is different. We are all in different, places or spaces when it comes to training journey or any other journey that you're taking. So do not compare yourself with others and do not have the fear. The divine will has brought you here for a purpose. Find that purpose first. We can do a full session on that later on, but not right now. But once you get to that purpose, even if you just do that, it's good enough. You're going to leave a legacy or an impression in this world. But most of all, you need to leave it for your own self, not for anybody else, because you are unique. I told you everybody else is taken. What do you see here? What do you see on the screen?
Rose.
Rose. Brilliant. What a brilliant rose, isn't it? Now think about it. You're actually seeing a rose, or you are seeing a picture of a rose.
Picture of
We all say rose, pink rose, but it is actually only a picture of this rose. We can't smell the fragrance. We can't do anything. We can't touch it. We can't feel it. So the first point, wherever you go for your training, be authentic. And with authenticity comes vulnerability also. It is fine. It's perfectly fine. And that is why we started by saying learning is the mother of all attributes, and you can learn from anything or anyone. Be authentic. What is being authentic means? Tell your stories. This is very contradictory to what others say. I, me, myself, nahi hona chahiye. But I'm not saying make your entire session I, me, myself. But when you tell your personal experiences vis-a-vis the topic, I am sure that there will be 5, 10, 15 people in the room who will relate to it. Yes or no? Rather than saying, this is Steve Jobs' thing. Okay, he's a great celebrity. You can use it as an example if you want, but share your experiences. And for that activity will help. A lot of things you have undergone in your life, a lot of things you have learned from people around you, a lot of things you can learn from things around you. So the first thing is authenticity. What is that one thing you've been afraid to do as a trainer because it did not fit that standard image of a trainer? Think. For example, I always felt that I should not be doing too much of humor. It's not me. That still is there. Asif does a lot of energy. Asif brings, and he's all over the place in his training in a good way. Don't take me in a wrong way. But at times, we tend to look at that as what is he doing? I won't do this in my training program. There could be like that. There could be many things like that others do, but we don't do it. You reflect. You don't have to share it with me. Reflect. What is that one thing? We have a standard image of a trainer. This is what a trainer needs to do. trainer also is a human being. Be an authentic self of yourself. That's enough. People will connect with you. And the key attributes, there are 5 key attributes that I'm going to share with you in the form of a tree. That a successful trainer, you can take any trainer in this world and they will have this. The best trainers don't follow someone else's script. They follow their own truth. This is a powerful statement. The best trainers don't follow someone else's script. They follow their own truth. How? Like this. The first thing is they are authentic. 1996, the Wills Trophy was played, the World Cup. India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka sponsored it or hosted it, we can say. 1996, a gentleman goes to learn public speaking for the first time in his life. He's a very close friend of mine, very close friend. And during the last session of that public speaking, the rule was everybody has to come in front. It was a Taj ballroom kind of a setup. In those days, it used to be podiums, so you can't see the body of anybody. It's just till the shoulder, you can see people, and then there's that mic hanging out from there. And you have to give your speech. That was public speaking. And this man was very, very fond of cricket. He prepared very well. It was going to be just a 10-minute speech. Prepared superbly, practiced, he did everything. And then he comes to the podium, keeps the paper, he also gets the paper in his hand, keeps it on the podium, says, "Good morning, everybody." And then there's a silence, and then picks up the paper and walks off. And sir is calling him, but he's not looking back. Today, he is in this virtual room taking this program for all of you. That was my first experience with public speaking. As a final test, I did not give the final test. I was so petrified. I went and stood there and I blanked out completely. Now, this could happen to many of us as a public speaker, as a trainer, yes or no? How many of you agree this happens to many of us?
Yes.
It is a story that is mine, authentic, and you can relate to it. And this is happening to people sitting in the room then and there, and they can open up to their fears, their shortcomings, and rather than giving an example of how Steve Jobs was when he started his career. Of course, he became the Steve Jobs later, which is fine. But you have your own experiences to share, isn't it? Think about it. Your true self, bring your true self into the training room. Have empathy. That's the second point. Audience needs are more important, not mere content. How many of you agree? Content तो है यार, but audience को क्या मिलने वाला है उसमें से? That is more important. Third is clarity. Speak with clarity. Practice करना पड़ता है इसके लिए. You just can't go and stand there and express your views just like that. It takes practice, and more practice. And Bruce Lee is the best example for this, if I were to take an example of that. But if I were to take my own example, again, not beating the drum or doing anything, I learned doodling from Mr. Ganesh Dalvi, ABCD. Anybody can doodle, he says, as a program. And probably I'm proud to say that after learning that, I have practiced it for at least 800 days at a stretch. Today is the 2032nd day when I have posted consistently in the social media. Not boasting, but today if I don't post one day, it's like I'm missing something. I have not done my routine. It's like taking bath, changing clothes, whatever. Make it that. Bring that true self. Flexibility, we discussed with the dinosaur example and other examples, sorry. And last is connection, build trust. A lot of people out there say that people don't buy from you unless they know you, like you, and trust you. And people buy you first and then your product or services. So they should trust you to come and enroll for your training programs. Yes or no? Think. If you have these 5 attributes, and if you don't have this, can you not learn this? Ask yourself. That is what you go to training programs for. Forget about how that trainer is presenting and all that. Take what is good from that trainer and apply it. Come back and start reflecting. How is he or she doing this? And you can go and talk to them. Asif always says, if I get stuck, I call people. That's a great attribute he has got. Saying that, hey, mere se nahi ho raha hai yaar, help karo koi mujhe. How many of us actually go and ask? Isn't it? Think. So if you have just these 5 attributes, it's enough. You can apply, it's a permutation and combination. If you're flexible, you learn how to adapt. Yeah, Snehpal called me, not once, maybe more. Many people call me. I never say no to anybody. Again, I'm not boasting, but I have gone through certain stuff I don't want them to go through. Just yesterday, Rakhi called me. There are so many people who call. So, 2 impactful training techniques. We are coming to the end of today's session. What do you think these 2 techniques could be? Now, everything has been simple till now. This is also going to be very simple. What do you think these 2 techniques could be that you need to learn, that it will change the way you look at people, you look at training and the way people look at you as a trainer?
Experiential.
Experiential learning. Brilliant. What else?
Facilitation.
Facilitation. Okay.
Connect.
Sorry?
Connect with the participants.
Group. Okay. What else? Engage and interact. Yep.
It's being authentic. Being authentic.
Being authentic. Okay, great.
What you can contribute to the trainers.
What you can contribute as trainers. Okay, all are right. These are techniques. Don't focus, first of all, on delivering perfection. Focus on making real connections with people. And real connections happen when our grandmother and grandfather used to say, once upon a time. Isn't it? I say, aage chale jaate the, sunne ke liye. And that comes from storytelling. You know, a king had 3 sons, all the 3 sons vagabonds. And a lot of trainers would come, a lot of teachers would come. Some would stay for 1 week, some would stay for 2 hours and go away. Some would stay for 1 month, but nobody beyond 1 month. And somebody said, there's this old man, he's 80 plus years old. Why don't you call him? He will help you to turn these sons, because this king was very worried what will happen to my sons. He will turn them into able administrators. So the king calls him, and there comes the old man, 80-year-old man. And the king says, convert these into able administrators. I will weigh you in gold. And the man says, I don't work for money. I don't need your gold. You can keep it. But as a challenge, I accept it. Give me 6 months and I will convert them into able administrators. Now, Raja thinks, wow, that is great. 6 months. All the other trainers came, they ran away in like 1 day, 2 day, 2 hours, 1 month max. So the next day, all the 3 children, like you're seeing there in the picture, they come, but that's not the administrator chief. So he says, I don't want you to get any books. Don't come with books in my class. You just come. I will tell you 1 story a day. You have to go back. You have to reflect on that story. And you will come back and tell me what did you learn from that story the next day. That is what I'm going to teach you. Hold on. Just hold on. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do with you all. That's the learning you will have. So the children were very happy. Oh, it's so easy. So he used to tell a story one day. They'll go back. They'll come back. They'll tell the learnings. He will add a little value. Like this for 6 months, it was going on. And at the end of it, they became able administrators. Can anybody tell who this gentleman was, or in what context am I telling this story? We have all known about it. We have all read about it in our life. Hardly there will be anybody who has not read about it or known about it in this life.
Which dad, poor dad?
Our generation.
You are revolving your.
His name was Vishnu Sharma, and whatever he taught today is famously known as the Panchatantra. Yes, absolutely correct, Rakesh. Thank you. So stories are powerful, and that's what the first technique. And the second technique, I think Asif or somebody said, experiential learning. Just learn these things. Even when you're doing debriefing, when you're doing anything, if you can relate it with a story, and of course, allow the participants or the delegates to go through an experience first, you will figure out that you're going to get more and more and more engaging sessions that you're going to do. And I'll give you one simple technique for storytelling, and of course, experiential learning. I'll explain you a little bit and relate it with one example so that you understand. Let's look at storytelling. Tell your stories, not others. How many of you can recollect any childhood experience of yours? A couple of you can think about it and share in 1 minute, just 1 minute, about any childhood experience that you've had. What was your childhood like? What is the one single experience that you remember from your childhood? Anybody?
Shankarji, I would like to.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
When I was studying 7th standard, one of our neighbor has took me to private class, and he made me to learn about the English grammar. At that moment, I was in the C standard, in the ABC class, A section, B section, C section. I was in the C section. Then on the day I got an idea.
Right.
Every Sunday I used to go and sit in the, go to the school. And then I used to gather all the C-section students. Whatever I learned, the grammar, I used to just tell the same as if as a teacher. That's how my skills were been every time till today. That particular is made me to make the Xerox copies of mine. That's how I started my career, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lovely story. Anybody else? One or two more quickly we can take and move on.
Yeah, I want to say, sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, who is this?
Yeah, I'm Sainath, sir.
Yes, Sainath, a little louder. I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yes.
So actually, when I'm in childhood, particularly when I'm doing my 10th class, 10th standard.
Yeah.
So at the time, we are facing a lot of economical issues in my family. So at that time, I used to sit with the children around my colony, and I used to teach them so that I can get some money from them. And also I used to distribute to the people, and also I used to get something from it. Actually, it's a beautiful journey of mine, and because of that, today I'm not even blending my mind to learn something else than training. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Lovely.
I have a small story, sir. If I'm
Yeah,
permitted.
sorry.
I have a small story. If I'm
Yes,
permitted.
yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
A small introduction. I'm from Chennai. My name is Jay Kumar.
Okay, Jay Kumar.
When I was doing my elementary school education, that is from 1st to 5th. During this period, the teachers, whoever wants to have a break, or if they have some other work, they call me, hey, Jay Kumar, come and tell stories. I used to tell stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata to the students. And that's how I started my public speaking. And now I'm 65 years old now. Recently, I met one of my schoolmates, those elementary schoolmates. Recently, I met him in a function. He said, in Tamil, he said, it will be very good if I say in Tamil, but I will tell you the translation of it. You say, what do you call that? Machan, Salah. Salah, तेरे बात, तेरे कहानी सब सुन के मैं आज इतना बन गया रे. कभी भी मेरे को कोई भी तकलीफ आया, कुछ भी आएगा तो ना, तेरे को ये सोचेगा, तुम इतनी छोटी सी बचपन में तुम कितना दिल से बात किया. Okay. And today I am proud to be one of a trainer in technical education. I do a lot of trainings in Chennai.
Lovely, Jay Kumar.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Now, see, if we were to, Elvis, if we were to do just one session with everybody on their stories, can you imagine how many learnings we will take back from that session? Everybody has a story to tell. My singing, whatever little singing that I do, started in 1974. 1973, a movie called Yadu Ki Barat had got released. Wonderful songs it had, out of which one of the songs was Chura Liya Hai Tumne Jo Dil Ko. Shobha Rani teacher, I still remember her very, very fondly. And I hope that she's still alive. Whenever I go to Hyderabad, I will next time find out and go and meet her. She spotted this little talent in me that I can sing. And very tiny guy, till about first year BCom, I was just 4 feet 10 inches. Not that I'm very tall even now. In 1 year, I suddenly grew to 5 feet 6 inches. It was like an elastic band being stretched. A very short guy, very thin, very, very, very meek guy. And she said, Shankar, you're going to sing this song. I know you know this song and you will sing this. It was 15th August 1974. She said, go and sing this song. Talent. And I got the first prize. Until today, I don't need books. I don't need anything. That song is etched in my memory to such an extent. You play the tune from wherever you want of that song. I can pick the words and I will sing that exact word of that song from there. Stories are very, very powerful. So the full potential isn't about mastering every technique. It's about being you. And we have covered this part, the authenticity, empathy, clarity, flexibility, and connection. The next part is the secret formula for storytelling. And you can note this down, all of you, or you can click a screenshot of this slide once I'm done showing you what it is. It's known as the success formula. Keep it simple. Your story has to be simple. Do not go for complicated 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minute story. People don't have the time to listen to it. Keep it simple, no jargons. It should be you and them taking them through an experience. It should have something unexpected. The stories that you heard, see whether these elements are there in that or not. It should be credible. When Jay Kumar says he's a public speaker today, and when his friend comes and tells him, "Salah, tere story sun karke main bada hua and I remember them," that's a credible story. Yes or no? Think about it. It should be concrete. हवे में कुछ भी मत देखो to create a story. Story should be concrete story. It should have emotions attached to it. It should address some sensitivity. When you do all of this, it becomes a success story. Simple enough formula. Can we put a simple story around this? Raju was a very, very notorious boy. He used to pull everybody's pants, literally and pun intended. He used to do that. Sabka firki udata tha. So today he tells his friend Sunil that the sarpanch of this village thinks he's too big. The wise old man thinks he knows everything. Today I'm going to teach him a lesson that I know better than what he knows. And Sunil says, what are you going to do? He says, don't worry, Sunil. I'll just catch a butterfly. I'll keep it in my hand. And we'll go to him and ask a question. Is this butterfly dead or alive? So what will happen? So he says, if the sarpanch says it is dead, I'll open my hand and the butterfly will fly away. If he says it is alive, I'll crush it. So you heads I win, tails he loses. It's going to be like that. Come, let's have some fun. So they go to Sarpanch. And then they intervene a meeting like this, which is happening. And then Raju asks the question, Sarpanch, I have a butterfly in my hand. Is it dead or alive? And he's looking at everybody like this as if he has asked a great question. The Sarpanch is emotionally intelligent. He's very empathetic. He's an authentic guy. He has a lot of clarity in him. He's very flexible, so he doesn't say anything. Everybody wants to beat him up. He shows his hand, says, wait, don't do anything. And he wants to build connections. And he uses the simple success form. So the Sarpanch says, Raju, whether the butterfly is dead or alive, it's in your hand, beta. What a profound statement, isn't it? Today, we're almost coming to the end of the program. You've learned so much. So the butterfly is in your hand right now. And that's what is our problem. We learn a lot of stuff, but we crush it. Open it, let it fly. You'll become an authentic trainer. Now, does it fit into this formula of, was the story simple? Yes. Was there anything unexpected? What is the serpent going to say? Was it credible? Yes. The serpent is a credible man. Was it concrete? It had elements, and I'm also depicting it through some actions of mine, a butterfly flying, whatever. Does it have emotions? Yes. When he says it's in your hand, and it's the way you say it, it's not, it's in your hand. You can also tell a story like that. So you need to bring that voice modulation, you need to bring that sensitivity into it, and then it becomes a success story. Think about it. So that's storytelling formula for you, success formula. Take a story, take your story and fit it into this and use it in your next training program, and you can send me a feedback whether it worked or not. 10 out of 10 times it works. It can't go wrong if you tell it the right way. It can't go wrong. And it'll touch, idhar dil pe lagega. You'll have people crying in your room. I'm not saying you should make people cry, but it's a tears of joy that come out. Yeah. And the last technique, pretty much the last thing for the day, is experiential learning by this gentleman called David Cole. He's an American educationist, Zenith Hasta, and everybody will know. We've all learned this, but this theory touched my heart a lot. We start with concrete experience. Whenever adults come to your room, this is an adult learning principle. Do you all agree that adults come with some prior knowledge? Yes. Adults come with some prior knowledge. Say yes, no. Yes.
Yes.
All of you came with some prior knowledge into this room. So did I do anything with you at the beginning? No, I didn't. After a little while, after I gave you that sweeping statement that learning is the mother of all attributes, then I put you out in a breakout room for you to experience it. Isn't it? Think. And you all came out with some beautiful learnings through a river or water or tree or whatever that was. So put them into a concrete experience. Let them experience. We use this in our team building. The activity, before that we give the brief, of course, and then we put them into an activity. Let them play, let them have a lot of fun. And then you bring back reflective observation. So once you went into the breakout rooms, I got you back into the plenary and you were reflectively observing the tree with its branches helps us like the tree with its branches, we can do networking to become better trainers. The tree is always giving. We as trainers need to give. Those are reflective observations, but still very abstract because you've not applied it. It's still very abstract, but it still is a concept. Now, next time when you go as a trainer out there, give something more to your participants. Apply it. Don't just be restricted to the content. Give them more. Make them apply. Whatever you're going to teach, make them apply in the class. Also ask them, what is the one thing that you will take from this and apply at your workplace or as a trainer, as whatever. And this is the same format I'm using in this program. You don't need any tools. This tool, one tool, if you start using, how did you learn driving? You learned driving by concretely experiencing it. You did not know driving when you were in your father's lap, but you were in your mind driving. But when you got the first concrete experience, it was overwhelming. Oh my God, there's a steering, there is rear view mirror, there is clutch, there is brake, there is accelerator, there is side view mirror, so many things. Then the trainer or your coach or whoever, your instructor made you reflect. What happened? Why is your car stopping? Why are you not able to drive? So he gave you that principle that when you push the accelerator, you have to leave the clutch. Otherwise, the vehicle will make a lot of noise. And don't leave it in a hurry. The vehicle will jump. He gave you some abstract concepts. And then he made you go back to the steering wheel again and actively experiment. Of course, you didn't know that he was driving the car initially, but over a period of time, you mastered that art of how do I leave the clutch and how do I give the accelerator at the same time so that the vehicle moves seamlessly. an application of David Kolb's experiential learning theory, which you have actually undergone in life. Everything you have learned in life is through an experience. And that's why David Kolb says learning is a process of transformation of an experience into knowledge. And today's session was that. I told Salam and Divya that it's going to be very, very simple. People are going to be very, very, बोलेंगे क्या सिखाया यार इसने? ये तो हमको सब आता था. Exactly. हमको सब आता था, लेकिन हमने उसके ऊपर कभी सोच विचार नहीं किया. Simplicity is the mother of all inventions. The more you keep things simple, the better it becomes for learners to absorb. That is experiential learning. Give them an experience. Adults wants to show off. Let them show off. Let them fail. Then they are ready to absorb what you are going to teach them. They come with prior experience. You give them the new experience, integrate it. Let them go back as better individuals. So that was the session. I will leave you with this. A quick recap. We covered what is success, what are the key attributes to success, how to overcome barriers and what are the barriers. We looked at them, 5 key attributes to be a successful trainer, and a couple of impactful techniques. And rate yourself on your confidence after attending this 1 hour, whatever 1 hour, 10-minute session. How confident are you to succeed as an authentic trainer? Again, reflect. You don't have to say anything to me. It's your reflection. Somewhat confident. It's up to you. I'm not saying everybody will be in 1. A lot of us can be in 3 also. No problems at all. But the first thing is identifying and knowing where I stand. That's important for all of us. Thank you. Thank you, all of you are posting. Thank you. Brilliant. As long as you know you need to work on something. And how do you work on something? What is that one thing that you will change about your training style after today? So I'm asking you based on the David Kolb's question. What is that one thing that you will change about your training style after today? You can type in the chat box.
Making it more simple. Making it more simple.
More simple. Brilliant. Brilliant. Incorporate storytelling. Excellent. We can do a full session on storytelling. There's no problem. I mean, to cover a lot is very difficult. Sharing own stories, own customized content. Brilliant. Brilliant. So your next session is where you start being yourself is all you need. Stay in touch if you need any guidance or mentorship. I told you, I'm not going to sell anything in this. Reflect how you will apply what you learned. And if you have any questions, please ask. Open for questions now. And I'll leave this slide, and these are my coordinates if you want to be in touch. Thank you very much, Elvis. Thank you very much, Salam. Thank you very much, Divya, for the opportunity. I hope that you've taken away something useful. Happy to take your questions.
Anyone has any queries, you can ask, sir, if you have any queries. It's important to ask questions. If you don't have a question, then there's a deeper, more problem in you.
Please ask any doubts, any questions you have.
Yes, sir. May I go?
Yes, go. Please go.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. Sir, actually, from this session, yeah, I understood that we have to create our own content, something, right? So, but when it comes to the learning, we are getting insights from the so many people, right? So we do have add all those things in creating content also, right?
Yeah, you can add those things and you can put your own stuff. As Asif says, you are a cook.
Yeah, okay.
You have all the ingredients with you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with those ingredients? Number 1.
Yeah.
And number 2 is reflect. What is that one dish that I want to give to the world for which the world will remember me forever?
Yeah.
That one dish will become Sainath's dish to the world. That program, only Sainath will be able to do the way he is able to.
Got it.
That's what you need.
Sir, one more last question, sir. Sorry for
No
sir.
problem. Please ask.
Yeah. So when it comes, I'm a new trainer actually. I'm new to the soft skills industry. After coming to the soft skills industry, yes, there are so many things. If I take a umbrella of it, yes, where I have to see and what I have to focus. If I'm coming from the place to place and the person to person, if I could observe, there are a lot more things are going in my mind. So particularly, yes, it's when it comes to the niche, particularly concentrating, how can we particularly identify? Because sometimes it's changing most of the time.
Sure. So you can have more than one niche to begin with. Okay. It's not necessary that you have to restrict yourself to one niche. But what is that one thing that you love doing, absolutely love doing? Put it down. Based on your passion, your strengths, what is it that you love doing? Okay. Using that, will anybody benefit? Think, ask yourself that question. Who will benefit from this? What problem of theirs can I solve using this? And the most important question is, are they willing and do they have the ability to pay me for it? Because passion doesn't drive your home. Okay. You need money. Unfortunately, in this materialistic world, you need money. In a more spiritual way, if I say, you don't need money because this world doesn't exist. But if I start talking about like this, people will say he's a spiritual guy, he's like a Baba, is giving all pravachan. No. But the fact of the matter is that in this materialistic world, money is a medium of transaction. So if you are giving your energy, you're putting in so much of effort to give your content, your knowledge, in return, in the olden days, there used to be barter system of somebody will give rice to guru, somebody will, but that was still giving in some form. So if these questions are yes, 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 so I know what I'm good at, yes, I know what problem can I solve using that strength of mine, and I know whether people will be willing and have the ability to pay. The answer to all of this is yes, that's your niche. The day you identify that, it'll help you and then build everything around that.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Thank you,
I
sir.
have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Chitra here from Hyderabad. Good evening.
Yes,
Thank
Chitra,
you
just
for-
hold on, Chitra. Pooja has put her hand up since a long time. It's only fair
Sure.
that we take her and then I'll take you. Okay? You can just put your hand up so that I don't forget. Yes, Pooja, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. As we have discussed, we are in the world of internet and we have a lot of information running from all over the sources. So we are overloaded with the information. So my point is, if we are going to somewhere and we are about to give some training for, let's say, 1 to 2 hours, then we have a lot of material. How do we design something, or how do we restrict ourselves to not to give everything? Because as a trainer, I know so many things and I want to give everything to my trainees, but it's not possible within the given time. So how do we do that?
Correct. Very good question. So let's take an example so that you understand. What do you do, Pooja?
I'm new here in soft skills industry. I don't have done any corporate trainings, but right now I'm doing campus to corporate thing.
Okay. So campus to corporate is a great space to begin. And one of the things that you will be teaching the students in campus to corporate is body language. Right? Now, body language is an ocean. If you read Alan and Barbara Peace's book, that's a treatise on body language. You can give for the rest of your life. You don't need anything. However, whether it is a 1 hour session or a 2 hour session or a 1 day or 2 day or 1 month or 6 month session, 3 things are most important in body language: gestures, postures, and face expressions. That's it. In a 2 hour session, predominantly you will cover these 3. Say, let's say if it is a 2 hour session, for about 1 hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes or more, you will talk about only this. And then the 40 minutes, you give some bonus to them so that they will think, oh my God, we got so much. Then you can talk about haptics, olfactics, chronomics, chromatics, so many other things are there, which you can talk about, isn't it? Now, depending again, if you're teaching, let's say, campus to corporate students who are going to attend interviews, for them, what is important with respect to body language, just teach them that.
In
Is
fact,
handshake important? Yes.
my learning after a long time, I realized this. I'm just share. अपने को है ना बहुत सा चीज देना होता है पार्टिसिपेंट बहुत पार्टिसिपेंट्स को इतना नहीं चाहिए अगर तुमको बिरयानी पसंद भी है ना तुम इतना ही बिरयानी खाने वाला है मैं इतना बिरयानी लेके आके तेरे को देगा ना तू नहीं खाएगा बस इतना ही चाहिए so let's not give whatever we have to the participants उनको नहीं उनको उतना ही चाहिए। तुमको लगता है कि मेरे पास जितना है वो सब चीज जाके मैं दे देता हूँ ताकि उनको और भला होने दे, नहीं, उतना ही चाहिए। तो जो देना है वो डिसाइड कर, इतना देना है बस उतना ही दे दो। ज्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ कि ये भी देना है वो भी देना है। ऐसा ट्रेनर्स को देखने के बाद एल्विस को और मेरे दिमाग में ये भी बताना है वो भी बताना है ये भी करना है, उनको नहीं
Can you,
चाहिए।
I mean, what he's saying is true. You're all, most of your trainers are budding trainers. I have so much to give. But that's what I told Salam. Salam said, what are you going to give? I said, just leave it to me. I'll do something simple because to do something complex is very easy. But to keep things simple and yet through that give a message is difficult. And that's what my learning has been in the last 10 years. How can you simplify things for people? The more you simplify it, the more people want to come back to you. Yeah. Hope you got your answer.
Yes, thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you. Chitra, go ahead. Chitra, no? Go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Shankar, I'm from Hyderabad, and I like others, I actually was enlightened by your program. Thank you very much.
మీరు
I have a
తెలుగులో కూడా
question in the
మాట్లాడితే నేను ఆన్సర్ ఇస్తాను. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
సరే అలాగే చేస్తాను.
No, Telugu, no Telugu, only English. Okay. Yeah.
So in the last slide, there was this thing about abstract. So how do you connect that? I mean, that's still a little vague to me. Could you, can I ask you to explain
For
that, please?
example, let's say you're what do you do, Chitra?
I'm into training, and I was a retail trainer. I also do some amount of training for manufacturing.
Okay.
And
No, when you say retail training, any
confidence,
particular topic you do or
retail operations, core operations.
operations? Okay. So when you talk about operations and you say that you need to do X, you need to do Y, you know, a lot of concepts you're talking in your classroom. At that point, somebody who's a newcomer or maybe with 2 years experience, for them it is all abstract because they have not yet done it. For example, when we take a sales training, I'm not a sales trainer, but when I take sometimes, the first thing I do is when people come into the class, I just say, keep all your stuff aside. Okay. And I give them things like a comb or a pen or something. And I said, go on the main road for the next half an hour. I don't want to see you here. Go and sell this and come back. Now, that's a concrete experience. Okay. Had I just told about certain things, it would still be just abstract for them. Concrete is something that you can touch and feel, but abstract is in the air. Can you imagine a sidewalk? Walk is almost always straight. But a sidewalk is when somebody is taking side steps. But when you actually make them do it, they will experience. So that's the thing. But that abstract concept needs to be taken and applied. And therefore, the next step is active experimentation. What you can do with it. How are you going to implement it in your workplace?
Okay.
Is the question.
So in fact, I mean, after having heard you, I think I can connect it with what happened today. I was in a session and there was on statistics and there was some graphs being taught. So while the theory was being taught, it wasn't very clear, but when we actually got down to do it, it's very different from the explanation the first time we attempted and the second time we attempted, and we got it. So it covers all the concepts that you mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, somebody else had raised their hand. Now it is down. Okay. If we have done, then we can say goodbye. And I do hope, Salam, you've clicked a few pictures
Yes.
here and there. Otherwise, let's
Yes,
at least
yes,
click
yes.
one picture for
Yes,
memory.
yes, yes.
And brilliant. Thank you, Elvis, once again.
Yes,
Thank you.
Shankar,
Can you all please
Thank
come
you,
on screen and
Divya.
click one more picture if you don't mind?
A very big thanks. And guys, let's give some reaction. You can use the react option on the bottom of your console. Yes, you may choose anyone. So yes, you may choose one of the reactions for Shankar. It was a fantastic session, simple but yet very effective and very impactful.
Thank you. Thank you, Elvis. You're doing awesome job. Thank you.
Please feel free to get in touch with Shankar. I hope you have made note of Shankar's contact details. Yeah.
Anytime, happy to help. In fact, you will be hearing from me very soon. I'm not selling, but you will be hearing from me very soon that a program is going to get launched. It'll benefit all the trainers. I'm going through that journey right now. Once I go through it, I believe in application. So I will be putting it out there, and it's available. It's available. So feel free to connect if you want to go through it. It will be a life-changing experience. For
Hello,
sure.
Shankar sir.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Rakesh. I
Yeah,
saw that you are most of the time you are active on the LinkedIn and LinkedIn, right? So can you have the how to use the optimum use of the LinkedIn to
I
grow?
will. I'll
Yeah,
take that. Sure.
please do share
I'll
for
let,
because you are fantastically doing the work on the LinkedIn. Yes.
I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I will
please.
do that program.
Yeah,
Sure.
please. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shankar sir, first and foremost,
Yes.
thank you very much for accepting the invite and blessing us with your knowledge, number one. And on behalf of everyone here, I would reserve another session of yours for our August audience. What do you say? Can I have a thumbs up?
Will do. Will do. No problem.
Okay.
Will do.
So we will get you again here and we'll share some more thoughts on a different topic on a different day. We'll just give some break to
Yeah. Let's give
Shankar
some
sir.
break to
Yeah.
ourselves because
Yeah.
I am loaded with many stuff in terms of learning. Maybe doing, yes, but more than that, learning is a lot of learning happening. So all that absorption, nothing is done. Like this is my book. Everything that the trainer says goes into this. Every
Wow.
session ka synopsis banta hai, and all of that gets then converted into programs a little later. That's how I learn. So I learn first and then I synopsize it so that my learning deepens. That's the internalizing part of it. And then I see how I can apply it and use something out of it to create a program. So that's what is happening right now. Yes, programs will be announced soon. And I guess the sooner I announce it, the better, because I will learn along with you. There could be a lot of things you can ask that can trigger a new learning. Nothing is finished product. So you start giving and then you polish it. That's what we're going to do. You will hear, definitely. Feel free to connect, feel free to enroll, and let's take this journey together, help each other, and grow together, as Elvis says.
So if you
Thank you
if you
so
have
much.
any questions, please post it on the IAM group
Yes,
so that we
yes.
can consolidate it and we send
No
it
problem. Anytime.
across
Anytime.
to Dr. Shankar.
Yes.
At the same time, please spread the word to all your friends to join IAM as well as to be a part of this beautiful learning platform. And we
Thank
are
you.
doing a lot to bring in, fantastic speakers who can share their knowledge with all of us.
Thank you so much. God
Please
bless.
do that.
Thank you
Bless you
everyone.
all.
Thank you,
Great job
everybody.
running Tuesday Learnings. Great job, Salam, Divya, and all the team. Yeah, please continue the wonderful work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you very
everyone.
much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Elvis, can I catch you after a few minutes after this?
Sure.
Yeah, Elvis sir, I also had a doubt. So once you're done, I'll be there. Just let me know.
I don't know where's the recording button.